Joe had hired me to do a Nick Fury series where me and David Mack were going to co-write it, and Bill Sienkiewicz was going to paint it.
Oh my God.
And yes, and this was like, holy shit, I can't believe it. At the time, we were at San Diego, and David Mack had actually started to have a relationship with Steranko. And we thought, hey, let's get Steranko to do the covers. Like, it's not enough that we're working with Bill Sienkiewicz, right? we need to get, and then Joe said, listen, if you can get him, great, but he's not easy to get, right? And so we went to get him. We couldn't get him. In fact, it was pretty hilarious.
What was that like?
It was literally one of the 5 funniest days of my life. We were at San Diego. I mean, I'm so excited. We are at Marvel, and they're taking us seriously. And Joe and Jimmy are really in with us. And we go, all right, let's go ask Steranko if he wants to do the covers or like some kind of wraparound story or something, Mm-hmm. So we go up to Jim and Steranko, and we say, hey, can we talk to you about this Nick Fury thing? He goes, come with me. Walks us out of the convention, takes us to the Hyatt, sits us in the lobby where there's like a throne chair with a spotlight on it. Like, just like and he sits in the chair and there's nowhere for us to sit. And he goes, and he gestures to the floor and says, tell me your proposal. So we sit down on the ground.
He's legitimately that crazy.
And I mean, and the lighting is so good on him. No, but he had scouted a location,
right?
For great lighting for him. For like he didn't know what he was going to use it for, right. But he just said, if I need to talk to someone, this is a good place for me to go.
He needs something to shine off his perfect teeth.
Yeah, and the night before, I had won an Eisner, right? And I'm sitting on the floor and I'm telling him the Nick Fury idea, and I remember I walked by and like Brian Azzarello and Giselle Thompson were walking by, mm-hmm. and Azzarello just goes, "Get the fuck off the floor! He just won an Eisner." And just kept walking, right? And then we tell him, and he goes, "Well, I have a very sordid, angry history with Nick Fury," and I'm like, "We know," and he goes, "I just Marvel, sometimes I've had a real tough run, and it still brings up a lot of bad memories." I'm like, "Yeah, but Joe and Jimmy haven't been here that long. It wasn't them who did it. You know what I mean?"
Right.
And he goes, "This will be fun," and blah blah blah. He goes, "You know what? I'll do it. You're right. I'll do it. Tell them I want $60,000 for a cup."
Holy shit!
I'm not like an expert in book financing or anything like that, but I'd imagine in this marketplace that's a budget buster, right? So I went, boy, and then he goes, and if they flinch, it's 80,000. And I go, and I'm sitting there going, it's okay if you don't want to do it. I don't think he goes, no, I have a lot of bad feelings about things that happened in the 70s, and this amount of money will make me feel better. So that's what you tell him. I'm like, all right. So we walk back, and we've been gone a while now, and we get back, and Joe and Jimmy are still at our table, like waiting for us to come back. Uh-huh. We come back, and Joe's like, what did he say? He goes, he said he'll do it. And he goes, he goes for $60,000. And Joe goes, oh, fuck him. And I go, then it's 80.